Hey guys, I'm in this video gonna be telling you how I managed to get my GPA from a 1.6 last year to a 3.0 this year. So before we start the video, I just want to say I don't know why I've never done this. I'm shooting in 4K. I've just never done it for whatever reason. I've always just stayed at HD, which I don't know. Maybe I didn't notice that I was shooting in HD because you do have to click on it for 4K because it takes up a lot of storage. But yeah, hopefully this looks good. And I'm sorry I haven't made a video. I've been doing summer school and I just finished. So let's just get on to the video. So the way I managed to go from a 1.6 to a 3.0. So last year, 9th grade, when I started off high school, it wasn't a pleasant time for me. I was having a lot of stuff going on, and I've talked about this a lot. YouTube's kind of like my therapy session, so it doesn't bother me talking about depression and mental health and all that, but I was going through that and a lot of other stuff. So that was really the main thing that got me to such a low GPA, because yeah, a 1.6, I know that's really bad. And it's not good. Please don't judge me. I mean, unless you're in my same shoes, I feel like you're not one to judge. But yeah, it was mostly just being depressed. I couldn't get my grades up. I mean, depression plays a big role, and I feel like a lot of times people underestimate how much it can do, like how much power is in that. But yeah, it definitely affected it. And I guess the second thing, towards the end, I started to slack off a little. It was mainly just depression though. But yeah, a little bit of slacking off too, I guess. So yeah, how I managed to do that. The first thing I did was working on my mental health, because that was the main thing that kind of interfered with my GPA. That's obviously the first thing you should do. Of course, because I put that on my priority and grades were second, of course your grades are probably not going to go up that much right away. But in the long run, I'm glad that I ended up working on my mental health, because I wouldn't have even gotten to a 3.0 for sure if I would have stayed in the same area in my mind. So pretty much by doing this, I started to do things that would make me happy. It's obviously not easy to do it right away, but I started off small and I worked my way up. So I guess I would say I started eating more, and I started eating more healthy when I would eat. So simple thing like that. I would start talking to my friends slowly. I would only talk to my friends. You kind of have your friends, like, it's kind of sad, but it's true. Sometimes you have friends that are fake friends and don't really look out after you as much as other people. And I wouldn't want to talk to those people. I would talk to people that would actually care, and if I ever had an issue, I could talk to them about it. So those were the people that I reached out to first automatically, and that helped a great deal, because before, when I was depressed, I really wasn't talking to anyone and I was keeping everything to myself. So really talking to someone really does help in the long run. I mean, it helps just everywhere. So yeah, talking to people, I did that. I ate healthy and I ate more, because I wasn't eating a great deal, and the stuff I was eating wasn't good either, because I just didn't care. I'd also try to be more productive during the day, try to get more shorts done. I would start off small and then work my way up, because before it was very difficult. I tried to become a little bit more of a morning person. Really hard to do. I'm still not a morning person, but before it was really hard waking up. This time I would maybe put on some music that I really liked to get me going and wake me up. I also tried to not make me late. So yeah, I would do just stuff like that. So those are my ideas, and so I did that. And then after getting my mental health in a state, you kind of know when it's good. When you start not feeling so down and you feel like hanging out with people, or maybe not even that, just feeling good and not always constantly feeling sad every day. Once I was fully out of that stage, that's when I was like, okay, now it's time to finally work. So I started off small, like I do with everything else. I would work, let's just say this day, if I had homework, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna work an hour this night, okay? And then the next night, let's do it an hour and 10 minutes. I would keep working my way up, and eventually I got to a point where I could do everything I need to do in one night. Because before I wasn't doing that much homework assignments, or I was, and I just couldn't get done. It was a very difficult task for me, but it didn't take me super long, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So you gotta be somewhat patient. But I eventually got to a point where I could do all my homework that I need to do in one night. It wasn't super hard to do. It wasn't a super long task. It didn't take me all night to do. It just took me an hour and a half. I got all of my work done, and with a worksheet, it's so easy to get a 100. So that really boosted my grade just by doing that. Now, of course, keep in mind, by the time I got my mental health stuff, I was going through a lot, and for a while, I wasn't doing anything to work on it. So by the time I got my mental health good and all that, it was already, the school year was done with. So when I'm talking about getting all my homework done in this was the beginning of sophomore year. So I was already starting off strong because I already was getting these 100s from worksheets and stuff like that. So, and I would always make it a priority to put it down on like a notepad or something to make sure I would never forget it. I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm not going to forget it. Even if you know that you're not going to forget it and it's like probably not going to happen and you're going to remember it, still just write it down anyways. I mean, it takes like 5 seconds to write something down. Stop being lazy and just write the goddamn thing down. It will help you out, because there was a few times where I thought I didn't have homework for class, but I double checked on my notepad anyways, and it turns out I did have something small for the class that if I would have missed, I would have gotten a 0 on. And I know in middle school it's different, but when you're in high school, sometimes they don't give you a second chance and you just have to take that 0. And that can affect your grade a little bit, and that little bit can add up to the point that you might not even pass that class by the end of the year because you haven't changed your habits. So make sure you change that. Get all the stuff done, write it down anyways, and keep doing that. And that helped a great deal. And then once I started getting the habit of that, I worked my way on other things. I'm not good at taking quizzes or tests. I don't know why. I don't think it's super uncommon. It's just I'm much better at getting worksheets done and stuff. Kind of find out what you're good at. I feel like most people do, but if you don't, try to figure it out as soon as possible. If you're like a worksheet person / classwork stuff, or if you're like good at taking quizzes and all that. Because honestly, I feel like people are usually either great at this or this. So I'm not good at quizzes and tests, not my strong suit. So I worked on classwork and worksheets, which honestly, you should be working on classwork and homework stuff anyways, but I don't even know. Anyways, just my thing is, if you're good at that, do it. It's an easy 100. It just takes time and effort. But you're in school, you're in it for a reason. Take the time, take the effort and just do it. And then, once you do that, once I did that, I started to study on quizzes and tests. And pretty much I would write it down as soon as I would hear it. Sometimes I would even ask the teacher to get more of a heads up. And I would try to study more. This didn't last long. And you know what? I don't have a 4.0. So I'm, a 3.0 is good, but it's not a 4.0. So obviously I did something wrong. And the thing that I did wrong was I didn't study as much as I should have. And even though my test scores were higher than last year, they still weren't great. And yeah, I mean, I probably averaged around like a C on my test scores, like overall out of all my classes. As of last year, it was like a straight up F for sure, like maybe like 50 or 60 would be my average. As of this year, it was like a 75, I would say. Still not great though. I could have done better if I would have just studied a little bit more, and that would have got my GPA up a little bit more. But you know, you work on it, and it's kind of like a game. You just gotta keep working on it to get your grade up. So my advice would be, if you're slacking off, just watch this video. Keep watching it if it helps. Another thing I would do, you might be able to see it right there. Damn it. Okay, it's hard to move your finger when you're like on screen, whatever. Anyways, you might be able to see there's like a temple thing. It's a college, university. And I really want to go there. And my sister printed that out because we're planning on going this summer. And then that might not happen. But it helped a lot. I would do my homework in my room and I would see that every single night and I would look at it and that would keep me motivated. So if you have a university or college or whatever that you want to go to, I'd recommend printing that out and putting it up on a bulletin board because that helped a great deal. Something that simple, or just anything that will make you, you know, work harder to get your grades up. Print it out and put it up somewhere you can see it every night when you do your homework, because that helped a lot. And just get in the habit of doing work. Try to not be lazy. I know it's not so simple, you know, but work on it gradually and slowly get back into doing what you need to be doing. And just, you know, watch this video if it helps. And if you are depressed and not in a good mood, work on your mental health first. Keep the grades second. Work on the mental health until you're fully recovered, and kind of congratulate yourself for just doing that, because that's a big step alone. And then work on your grades and gradually get back into the habit. And if I can do it, you can do it too. I mean, I have a learning disability, which I feel like it's not super uncommon. I've actually met a lot of people with learning disabilities. And the thing is for the most part, people are whatever about it, but I've had a couple of people that were really nasty. I actually had one friend freshman year who wasn't a great friend and pretty much would call me dumb. I don't even know why I was friends with him, but I didn't really know my self-worth at the time because I was just so down. If you have friends like that, just get them out of your life because they're jerks and you don't need them. And my advice would just to be doing what I just said in the video and just keep working on it. And I hope this video helps a lot. I know it's in the summer, we're not in school, but you can honestly watch this anytime you want. And I just wanted to make this video, so why not? And yeah, I hope you like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell to get notified on like new videos and stuff. And yeah, I might even make a video after this. So I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.